We are working with double distribution. I'm going to be taking a look at the box method and getting better with just practicing multiplying these groups of numbers out. So when using the box method, what we want to do is take a look at how many terms we have. So in our first group, I have two terms. I have v and I have -1. In my second group, I have two terms. I have 3v and a -4. And so for the area model, or the box method, we're going to draw a box and we're going to put two terms. So my two red terms I put on the side, and my two green terms I put on top. So now that I've done that, I'm going to multiply into the box to create each term. And the way that that happens is we're going to take v times 3v to get, we multiply our base numbers, so 1 times 3 is 3, and v times v will make v to the second power. I'm going to do the same thing now with v times -4. So -4 times v is -4v. And that's what we're working with. The next thing we're going to do is take a look at our bottom row. So I have a -1 times 3v, and that is going to make -3v. And then finally, I have -1 times -4, which will make a +4. Okay, so we multiply to create our values in the box. And then once we've done that, we need to combine our like terms. And our like terms, so here I have v to the second power, and there are no other second power v's here. I have 3v, -3v and -4v. So these are both like terms in blue. And then in red, +4, there's no other regular numbers. And this pattern is going to continue in the boxes pretty much every time. Whatever you have that's diagonal are like terms. So I'm going to write my answers. I'm going to write what I get with my green, then what I get with my blue, and then what I get with my red. So green and red are really easy because there's only one of those terms. There's a 3v to the second. There are no other v to the seconds to calculate. There's a +4. There's no other regular constant terms to evaluate. And so all we really have to do now is we need to combine -3v and -4v. That is a total of -7v. So there are two different rules at work. There is the multiplication rules. So when we're multiplying variables, we need to add the exponents. So this is v to the first and v to the first, which makes v to the second. When I do a v times a regular number, I'm going to get that number times, or that number with the variable. They get put together. So that's what we do. We multiply to create the numbers in the box. Once we get the numbers in the box, then we're using our addition and subtraction rules to count up and combine our like terms to figure out how many of each thing there are. So I'm going to show you another example here. I have 2x and 3, and I have 6x and 3. And if you want to write the signs, you're more than welcome to do that. And we're looking at, okay, what would happen when we multiply 2x with 6x? And that is going to make 2 times 6, which is 12, and x times x, which is x squared. Now we're looking at what would happen when we do 2x times 3. So we're going to do 2 times 3 to get 6, and then that x stays attached, so it's 6x. Now let's look at our bottom group. So I'm doing 3 times 6x and 3 times 6x. So we're going to do 3 times 6 to get 18, and we leave the x attached. And these have been positive, so if you want to write your signs in, your plus signs if you'd like. And then finally we're doing 3 times 3. And if you notice, it really doesn't matter which order. So you can do top times side, or you can do side times top. With multiplication, 2 times 6 is the same as 6 times 2. It will get you the same answer. So multiply those up. And now remember, we're going to combine like terms. So here in my red box, I only have, that's my only x squared value. In blue, these are my x values that can get combined. And then in green here, I have my 9, and he has nobody to combine with. So red, blue, green. So my red's easy, and my green is easy. My blue, I have to do 18 plus 6, which is going to make positive 24. And that's our answer. So in Delta Math, you're going to be working on a few things. The first thing you're going to be working on is finding the missing term. What's the missing term? So you'll be given numbers. You don't have to create this. You'll be given this, and you have to figure out what would go here. So we already have that 3x times negative 4 made negative 12. We already have all of this information, like what they're making. We just need to find the missing piece. So in this one, you would have to do 2 times 3 to get 6. And then you're doing, in blue here, x times x to make x squared. And remember, when you're typing in the x squared, you would type in x, and then you could hit this to the second power button. And that will just give it a 2. So let's see another example here. Okay, in this one, we're looking for this missing piece, which is created by 4x multiplying with a negative 2. And that gives me my dark purple little area there. So again, you have 4x and negative 2. And that gives me my dark purple area. I'm going to multiply 4 times negative 2 to get negative 8. And then x stays attached. So to type that in, you would type negative 8 and then x. And that's all you need to type in. There's no squared on that one. Let's see it again. So now I'm looking at 2x and 3x. And we're going to multiply our bases. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then x times x is x squared. Okay, and then you're going to be given these. Use the box method to distribute and simplify. And what you have to do here is it's going to go in order, but you're going to have to, so you'll be given negative x minus 2 and negative 5x minus 5. And you're actually going to be able to, with your mouse, grab the number and move it down and put it where it belongs. I don't know why that keeps popping up. So you literally with your mouse can grab each piece and move it where it belongs. And then you have to go through and multiply them out yourself. So negative times negative is positive. 5 times 1 is 5. And x times x is x squared. So you would then click in these boxes to type your answers. Negative x times negative 5 is going to give us positive 5x. Negative 2 times negative 5 will give us positive 10x. And negative 2 times negative 5 will give us positive 10. So then we have, that's its own thing. This is its own thing. And our diagonals are like terms. So I'm going to say green, which is 5x squared. Red, which is 10 plus 5, which is 15x. And then blue, which is 10. And then for these final ones, you don't have to fill in the box. You just have to, it says express as a trinomial. That's because you end up getting 3 terms. So when we multiply this out, you're welcome to, on your own piece of paper now, make the box. It seemed like from the Ed puzzle last time, most people preferred the box. And then multiply that up. So you get 3x squared, you get 30x, 8x, and 80. And then you combine your like terms. So your answer would be 3x squared plus 38x. That was 8x plus 30x plus 80. So you could use your box to figure this out. You can also double distribute. If you remember that from the Ed puzzle, I'll show you in red here. You would do 3x times x to give you 3x squared, and 3x times 10 to give you 30x. And then in blue, we're doing 8 times x to give us positive 8x, and 8 times 10 to give me positive 80. I'm just writing over the text here. And then we combine like terms, 3x squared plus 38x plus 80. So we got the same answer, whichever way you would like to do it. And you're not going to get anything this big on this first go around, okay? So you can use the box. You're going to be filling out the box. That's to practice the multiplication and just how the box method works. But if you ultimately don't like using the box when you get to these last ones, you're more than welcome to use double distribution.